What is something that was acceptable 100 years ago which is unacceptable today? Remember, we're talking about 1922 here, not 1850. Putting lead in everything. Smoking and drinking while pregnant. Doing heroin to cure a cough or a cut. Slapping kids at school. Not graduating high school. Edit. Thanks for all the upvotes and the unexpected and wholesome comments about your grandparents and great-grandparents. I really enjoyed reading them after a long day at work. Putting belladonna in your eyes. To get a doe eye effect. Radioactive wallpaper. Thinking the Milky Way was the entirety of the universe. Hubble didn't verify the existence of other galaxies outside the Milky Way until 1924, Andromeda being the first. Beating your wife and kids. Asbestos. It was deemed a miracle fiber in its day. The stuff was used everywhere. Pushing small children up a chimney or down mines. Naming your kid Adolf. Taking your gun to school. That was actually 50 years ago. My father talks about taking his rifle to school, putting it in his locker, and taking it out after school for gun club where they shot targets out behind the football field with a teacher. Putting cocaine in soft drinks. Stopping by a friend, family member, neighbor's house unannounced without asking ahead of time if they feel like having company. Traveling by horse on the highway. Institutionalization of women, usually by her parents or husband, for pretty much any reason they thought up because she was difficult and labeling her hysterical. Racial segregation of 100 types, including property covenants that prohibited the sale of a home to a non-white family. Buying dynamite and ammonia nitrate at the local hardware store. I got to hear some interesting stories of how my great-uncles cleared tree stumps to make way for crop fields. Smoking literally everywhere. Motherfuckers probably tried smoking while swimming. Lynching. It was popular enough that you could get lynching postcards, complete with a graphic photo of the murder. Going into the 1920s. This is despite the U.S. Postal Service banning them in 1908. Sending 7 yo kids to the store by themselves or let them roam freely after dark. Not that it's unacceptable now, but back in the 20s they would call alcoholic beverages giggle water, which I think is super cute. Edit. I didn't know alcohol was illegal back then in the US? Should have added that it's a us thing BC. I don't think the Dutch ever called alcohol Giechelwater. Thanks for the added history lesson lol. Smoking in pubs. Licking radium to make wristwatches. Men marrying teenage girls. New movies without sound or color. Tying your giraffe to a lamp post or telephone pole, Atlanta. Edit. Wore the wrong tie. An icebox in the kitchen, with ice regularly delivered to the house, instead of an electric refrigerator. Sending your wife to the doctor to let her be masturbated by the doctor to relieve her hysteria. Marry your daughter off to the highest bidder in certain cultures. Hitting, beating, raping your wife. Having sex with people born in the 1800s. Nowadays you'd get asked to leave the cemetery. Using radioactive elements to make bright green stuff. Asking for methamphetamine at the pharmacy. Opium. They gave that shit to you for everything. Have a headache, here's some opium. Just had a foot cut off, here's some opium. Just had a baby, here's some opium. Wanna get that prostitute feeling good before you take her upstairs, give her some opium. WTF. Segregation. Most teens did not attend school. Instead they labored in factories or fields. Asking to speak to the man of the house. Openly displaying a swastika. Edit. Because people keep commenting it. I know it was a harmless spiritual symbol until co-opted by the Nazis. It's almost like that's why I chose it as a perfect example of ops question. 15 years old girl woman marrying a 30-plus-year-old man. Some parts of the world this still happens though. Spitting into those things, I forgot what they're called when you walk into a bar. TLDR of every response. Here is a thing that's widely unaccepted now. There are still some places where it happens. Eugenics. Dying in childbirth. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like. If you would like to see more content like this in the future, subscribe and turn on notifications to be notified about future videos. Now check out one of these interesting videos.